beautiful friends, and welcome back to my channel. This is Nova Gnome Creations, and I'm Nova, and I am so happy to see you today. I hope that you are doing well, and I hope that you and your loved ones are taking care of the best that you can, and I hope that you guys have had a great week so far. It is Wednesday, so you know what that means. It is WIP Wednesday, otherwise known as What You Working On Wednesday, or WIP's Works in Progress. Let me know down in the comments what you guys are up to. I have a little WIP here in front of me, and I will show this to you guys momentarily. And you know what? I am going to work on it while I chat. You know what? I'll go ahead and show it to you actually, and then work on it while I chat. So, you guys remember, if you've been around a while, you might remember, or if you've just seen it in general, there is this book called Donut Buddies, and it is a crochet book, a crochet pattern book. My big brain grabbed all of my stuff and left the book in the other room, so I'm not going to go grab it right now. But I've actually done a complete book look of this book, where I flipped through it and like talked about it and like got all excited and hyped with you guys. I'll link that down below in case you wanted to see what the book was, wanted to see what it was about. So I'm not really, you know, that pressed to go grab it right this second. But I am making a donut buddy, and I double stranded this, so it is going to be a big donut. I haven't connected it together yet, so this is really cool. The way that you make these is like this. So I haven't connected it together yet. I need to sew the two sides together, and I have some tails I need to weave in, which is what I'm going to do. I actually flipped this inside out, so because I liked the way that the fuzzy side looked better on the inside. I don't know why. I've talked about this before, but whenever I use like fuzzy yarns or like novelty yarns, all of the good stuff ends up on the inside of my crochet, like the wrong side of the stitches. But when you're using something like this, you can't tell which side is the right side and wrong side anyway, so I just go by what side has more fluffy stuff, and so usually I end up flipping it inside out. But anyway, I'm working on a donut buddy, but I actually don't know which one yet. So I went into it thinking I was gonna make the lamb, but then now, like after I started working it up, I'm like, actually I don't know if I feel like I want to make this into the lamb. So I don't know. I really don't know yet. And then also part of me just wants to leave it as like just a donut, because I feel like it looks like a really cool like powdered donut. It's got like, this is actually very lightly rainbow. It's like a pastel rainbow. It is, I actually do have the yarn. I brought that in here. It is this Pipsqueak yarn, which I love this stuff so much. All I've made with this is that, guys, and it is like, it uses, well, I don't want to say it uses so much. This stuff just goes away so fast when you're using it. Let me see, how many yards is in this? It doesn't feel like a lot. 101. So there's 101 yards. I just swear it goes by so quick. But this is the Pipsqueak Bernat yarn. And this is the colorway of Baby Print. And then I'm double stranding it with this, which Cynthia told me on yesterday's video where I mentioned it and I was like not sure what it was, what yarn this was, that this is Jiffy yarn. So it's like a light pink. I put together in this bag some different yarns that I thought were kind of Eastery vibes, you know, mostly like pastels and stuff. So I grabbed like this really pretty yellow sparkly yarn that I got from Joann's. It's Big Twist. That's in here. I haven't used it yet. It's just like, these are colors that I probably, or maybe at least, will get into with like the Eastery type of makes. I like to grab my yarn and be inspired by it. This is like the mint sparkly yarn from Big Twist. This is just a ball of it. Like, I think this is all there is of this that's left. And my breath caught for a second, don't mind that. This is so pretty. I love it. And then I also grabbed like a baby yarn, because for one, this like is really Easter colors, and then for two, I also do have a brand new niece So I was like kind of doubly interested in that. I don't know what all I'm making. If you guys have any like favorite Easter patterns or like, I don't know, favorite Easter things, leave a comment and let me know what they are. Whoops, I left one of them out. I know I'll make a chick because I'm already like, I just love to make little chicks. I think I'm gonna do maybe some blanket yarn, like little, just basically like little balls with faces and feet and wings. But yeah, I thought I had thought of something else that I wanted to make. Oh, I made a bunny already, but I'll probably make another bunny. I don't know, just getting into the Easter vibes. But anyway, about it, I thought that this Donut Buddies book would be fun to play with, and I really like it, but I feel like it looks like a powdered donut. So I don't really want to put like icing on it, because like in the Donut Buddies book, there's all these different customizations that you do to turn the donuts into things, and you turn them into like animals and stuff. Like they have basically every animal. There's like koalas and pandas and turtles and snakes and lambs and pigs and cows and dogs and cats and all this stuff. There's also unicorns and dinosaurs, but most of the time you put icing on them. And I don't really want to put icing on this, like, because when you do the icing, you cover up the whole top half of the donut, like basically just leaving the very back of it uncovered. And I really like how this came out, so I don't really want to cover it up. So I might not do icing for whatever one I do. Like, I don't have to do icing, obviously. But I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Haven't decided what I want to do with it yet. But I really love it. It's so satisfying. It's not stuffed or sewn, and it already holds its shape because it's double-stranded. It's like so thick. You can like really pose it. This could be like a fidget. If you like, I don't know, somehow closed it off, it would be fun to like be able to open and close it. But anyway, what I wanted to talk about, I wanted to say a huge thank you guys. Thank you to you guys. And I don't know why I didn't already. I don't know. I don't want to like crap on myself for not saying thank you already, but I just wanted to say a huge thank you to you guys. My gnome pattern drop that I dropped on Saturday, that is the most successful by far pattern drop I've ever had. Normally when I post patterns, like I'm just happy if anybody buys it. Like I'll be like, oh my God, somebody bought my new pattern, you know? I was blown away. Like a good chunk of people bought that gnome pattern. It was really exciting. Like, it's been an exciting weekend watching the little notifications on my phone for Etsy. So I just want to say a huge thank you. You guys have absolutely no idea how much that means to me. I felt so supported. I felt so like I felt like an I made it kind of moment. Obviously, like I follow some other really big crochet tubes, or people that are on like TikTok and stuff like that do really big crochet channels. And when they do pattern drops, they just get like a bajillion. Like if you've ever watched these people when they're on live stream, when they do pattern drops, like you will just hear nonstop, like they're like sounds, which I cannot figure out how to turn on sound notifications for Etsy. I would love to hear that like little cha-ching that everybody always talks about. Cannot figure out how to turn on sounds for that, but it does pop up saying cha-ching on my phone when I get an order. But like, oh my God, they'll be like cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. But like for me, I felt like that same happiness that they do with the orders that I got, which obviously were not like nothing compared to that. I just felt like so excited and so loved, and like, I don't know, it made me so happy that you guys were interested in something like a pattern that I made, like so much that you guys like just all ran to buy it. I don't know. It was just really exciting, and I just want to say a big thank you. The support like seriously just means a lot to me. I'm so excited to see everybody's gnomes. I think it's gonna be a really poppin' gnome of the month. So If you guys didn't already see that video, I will link that down below too. My Gnome of the Month like announcement video where I tell you guys what I'm doing this month was a little bit different this month, but I explained that in the Gnome of the Month video, so I will just leave it at that, and if you guys didn't see it already, you can go watch it. But yeah, that blew me away. Like, I did not expect that. I was excited to post it because I thought that there would be a handful of people making them, because like there were a handful of people that were excited about it, who like wanted me to make it, requested me to make the pattern and everything. But I was not expecting the overwhelming like support that came in from that. And it's so funny too because it's on a PP gnome. It's so funny to me. But that meant a lot to me. And like just you guys being here, I hit a huge milestone. I don't know if you guys were around in December if you're watching this. By the way, guys, I wanted to say welcome. I realize it's been a minute. I've had so much going on that my videos have been very like flustered, I guess. I don't know. I just am not saying all the things I normally say in my videos, and I realized that, and that's why I wanted to like take a moment to talk with you guys for a second. I wanted to thank you and welcome you to my cozy little corner of YouTube. That is what I call my channel. It is my cozy little corner, and I realized I haven't welcomed you guys in a long time, and I've gotten new subscribers, which is what I was gonna say is I've hit a huge milestone. So before I tell you guys my milestone, because I'm very excited about it, I do want to take a moment and welcome you if you are new, or if you are semi-new and you haven't been welcomed yet. I apologize profusely. Normally I do take a moment to welcome new people more frequently than I have recently, but welcome to my cozy little corner of YouTube. I'll give you guys the full little introduction. I always would normally ask people to come on in and grab a seat, that this is a magical corner. We have every type of seat that you can imagine. We've got couches and futons and sleep number beds and I don't know, anything you can think of, the comfiest, coziest, cushiest thing. And I say even you could pull up a cloud and lay in that if you want to, or sit in that if you want to, because we have everything in the cozy little corner. So grabbing a really comfy seat is your first step. Well, no, your first step, I almost forgot, is leaving your worries with the doorman. Guys, can you see how out of practice I am? Leaving your worries with the doorman when you come into our cozy little corner is the number one thing that you do. This channel is somewhere for you to come that you can feel safe, that you can feel like you can just let your hair down, that you can just breathe. This is a place for you to come and just do something for you, to relax, to grab a project, to grab a drink. Those are the things that you do when you come into the cozy little corner. But you know what you don't do? You don't bring in all your stress, don't bring in all your worries, don't marinate in them, don't feel guilty for relaxing. You know, don't sit here and try to crochet and try to hang out and feel like you need to be doing 15 million other things. Leave all of that, all of the stress, all of the pressure, all of the worries, all of the things that you feel like you have to do for anybody else. Just take them off your shoulders, give them to the doorman, and he will stash them in the back. You can leave them there. At the end of our time together, you can pick them back up if they're important. You know, sometimes things that you're worried about are important. They're not things that you can just let go of, but they are things. Everything is something that you can let go of for 5 minutes or an hour or a day. You can let go of it for a while. Take that deep breath. Take several deep breaths. Close your eyes, take those deep breaths, just let those worries go for a little bit, because you have to take that stress off of your shoulders sometimes, guys. You can't just carry everything around with you all the time. You are not like the superwoman of the world that has to take care of everything, or the Superman of the world who has to take care of everything. You are a person, you are an individual, and guess what? Your needs are just as important as everyone else's. You can't pour from an empty cup, and you have to recharge your own battery. Taking time to fulfill yourself, to do things that are going to inspire you and going to bring you joy, that are just going to make you happy, that is actually something that you need to do. It's not a optional thing. It's not an optional requirement. And I think a lot of times we put ourselves on the back burner. We view these things as optional. We view ourselves as an optional person to care for, because we just feel like we're taking care of so many other people or so many other things. And then we don't prioritize ourselves. So that's something that I think is really important on my channel. Is I really encourage you guys to prioritize yourself and prioritize taking time for yourself, doing something that's going to bring you joy just for the sake of doing it, just for the sake of having that moment of being happy. And it can be something exciting, or it can be something so like normal and mundane, sitting down with a cup of coffee, taking a deep breath, doing nothing. If that's what you need to fulfill you right now, that's what you do. And like, you don't got to feel bad about it. Like, I want you to just take that time, feel proud of yourself. Like, I'm going to give you the biggest hug, the biggest pat on the back, because you are taking care of yourself. You're taking time for yourself. You have to do that. That is like, I'm giving you that challenge. So that is something that I normally encourage really heavily on my channel. With everything going on, it just I haven't really sat down and just chatted a little bit with you guys recently. So I wanted to make sure I touched bases with you guys. Welcome to the new people to the channel. Like I said, come in, give your worries to the doorman, let him stash them in the back. Come in and pull up a seat, any comfy seat that you can think of, we've got it. And then grab yourself a drink. That's what I was gonna say is the second thing, or I guess third thing that you do in the cozy little corner. If you wanna grab yourself a water, that is totally fine. But also anything you can think of, fancy coffees, fancy teas, if you want like some magical concoction that only exists in your mind, well, this is the cozy little corner and you can have that. But also in real life, pause the video and go grab yourself a drink. Take that time to just make this a special moment for you. And I'm not saying that, like my videos are some special thing. I'm not saying that you need to view my videos as like the reprieve that you need. You can do anything. Maybe you want to read a book. Maybe you have I don't know, some kind of passion that you get that you haven't gotten to do lately. Maybe you like a TV show that you haven't gotten to watch lately. Maybe you just want to pull up Netflix. Maybe you want to, binge watch other YouTube channels. I'm not saying I have to be, your reprieve for your mental health or something, but I'm just saying to take that time, grab yourself a really nice drink. One of the things I always like to say is, if you're getting yourself a coffee, get yourself some whipped cream. They sell these really nice flavored whipped creams at like, honestly, almost everywhere now, but like Aldi's has them, Target has them. Target is where I get my flavored whipped creams. I think most places have some kind of flavored whipped cream, but I know Target does, and like most people have a Target near them. They do really cool ones. They do seasonal ones, and I love to put those on my coffee. It just elevates it from just like your normal, daily cup of coffee into like a moment. I like to really Personally, I like to make my coffee into a moment. I like to have, my hot drink. It makes me so happy. It's like a fulfilling feeling, whenever I take a drink of a really good cup of coffee, I'm like, that just touches my soul. It just warms my soul up. Or cools my soul down, I guess, if I'm having an iced coffee. I love iced coffee and hot coffee. I typically make hot coffee at home and get iced coffee places. If I'm getting like a coffee out, like I'll pretty much always get an iced coffee, or I actually really love iced lattes. But yeah, so those are just like some little things that I recommend, that I encourage you guys to do. They're important. And I just wanted to take that time to welcome anybody that was new, and also anybody who's not like new around here. Of course, welcome every single day that you come back to the cozy little corner of YouTube. I want you to think of it that way. I want you to think of opening the door to the channel, into our cozy little corner. This is a safe place, a comfy place. I want this to be the comfiest, coziest corner of YouTube that you ever find. And you guys are always welcome to chat about anything that you want in the comments. So you can talk about whatever's going on in the video. You can update on your works in progress. Feel free to chat with each other in the comments. It's so, so nice. We have a really good community here. If you spend much time in the comments, you'll see other people replying to each other and things like that, especially on our Friday videos, which are community spotlight videos. Because community spotlight is like all about encouraging each other and uplifting each other and just like giving people that encouragement that they don't necessarily get in daily life and stuff like that. If you ever look at the comments, you'll see everybody is just like cheering each other on, and it's just like, I love it so much. But this is also a place where you can talk about something going on in your life. You know, if you have something going on that you just want to unload, or something exciting that you want to celebrate, feel free to leave those in your comments. Like, you can say anything that you want, as long as, you know, you're not being mean to other people in the comments. That's obviously where I draw the line. But like, as far as, you know, just being friends, you know, say whatever you want. But I just like brushed a hair into my face. There we go. I went from my hair to my mouth like area, and I just pulled a hair, like a loose hair. Anyway, my milestone that I'm so excited about is that I hit 5K subscribers. What I was saying is, if you were here in December, I've been pretty close to 5K subscribers, but I just was like kind of teetering on the edge, and I finally hit 5K subscribers. And I say finally just because the last few months I've been kind of anticipating like, oh, we're so close, but then I had so much going on and everything. So obviously I think I slowed down my own traction because I wasn't posting as much and yada, yada, yada. But I hit 5K, which is absolutely surreal to me. When I made this YouTube channel, I had absolutely no idea that I would be hitting 5K. I had no idea I would be hitting 1K. But my goals and everything with the channel have grown as the channel has grown, and this is definitely not the end, guys. This is like just the beginning. Have a lot of plans and hopes and, you know, everything for the channel. It's really exciting. Also, anybody who is a member of my channel, I've got a good handful of you guys that have been members of my channel and just been supporting me and cheering me on. A huge thank you to you guys. You know, this is just kind of a thank you video, I guess. That support means so much to me. Like, literally, the fact that you subscribe to my channel, or are a member to my channel, however you want to like call it, just, you know, throw in those couple extra bucks my way every month. It feels amazing because it's not for something. You're not buying something. You're not getting like a physical item or even like a digital item out of it. You're just doing it to support me. And that's insane to me. The fact that anybody does that, and the fact that I've got a little handful of people that do that every month. You guys, like, you really keep me going sometimes, just like knowing that there are people that are invested, I guess, that are just so supportive and everything. It's just, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Anybody watching this video, thank you for being a member of my community. Thank you for being my yarny friends. I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you're having a great week. We are halfway through the week. I don't know about you guys, but it's kind of been a long week. Probably because for me, hubby has spring break next week. We are very much anticipating it. We are having what I have dubbed a cuddlecation, where we are just gonna chill and relax and spend time together, because, you know, I was gone for a whole month, and yes, I've been back for a little bit now, but like, got a lot of quality time to make up for. But we are ready for just like some quality time together, you know, where he doesn't have to go to work and everything. We've been playing Final Fantasy Rebirth, the second remake game for Final Fantasy VII. It is phenomenal. So if you guys like Final Fantasy games, or just if you like video games in general, I highly recommend Final Fantasy VII Remake. And then after that, if you haven't played Remake already, then after that, play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Final Fantasy VII Remake, sorry, I keep leaving out the 7 for some reason. Absolutely phenomenal games. Like, oh, we're almost done with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I'm like, no. There's going to be a third one, the final one, and it's crazy. It's just crazy. I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys with what's going on, but like, you need to play it. If you're into that kind of stuff, you need to play it. Oh, I've talked so much. It's early in the morning also, but yeah. So here is my WIP for WIP Wednesday. It's gonna be a giant donut because, like I said, I did double strand it. So I'm using 5mm crochet hook, so it's gonna be a big old donut. But it really does remind me of like a powdered donut, but that it's actually pastel rainbow. So cute. I love it. But let me know down in the comments what you guys are working on. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I know this was a very chatty video, but I had some things I like wanted to have like a little chat with, a little heart to heart with you guys about. And it's just been a minute since we've like sat down, and I've reminded you, you know, to take care of yourselves and encouraged you guys to take that time for yourselves. And a huge like necessary thing to say thank you to you guys. Like I said, I feel like I should have said thank you already, and things have just gotten away from me. So this was like my pouring of thank yous all into one video. And also, I love you and sending you guys big hugs. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Don't forget that Don't forget that Friday is Community Spotlight. If you don't know what Community Spotlight is, it is on Fridays. I make a video that's all about you guys. So if you are a member of my community, which means you're here watching this video, that makes you a member of my community, you are welcome to share your makes with us. My email is in the description box below this video and all of my videos, but it is novagnomecreations@gmail.com. You just send me an email with Community Spotlight as the subject line, and then attach pictures of anything you've made. It can be literally anything you have made. It does not have to be crochet. It doesn't have to be any specific type of items. It can be crochet, of course, and most of what gets sent in is crochet, but you are not limited to crochet. So if you're not a crocheter, or you're taking a little break from crochet and doing something else, you can still always participate. Send in pictures of your makes, and in your email you can let me know anything that you want to. There isn't like a required like set of things you have to tell me, other than please let me know your name that you would like me to credit you as when I make my spotlight video. If you don't let me know what name to credit you as when I make my spotlight video, I am just going to assume that I should use the name attached to your email. Usually when you send an email, you know, over in the like info part, like about where who the email is from, there's usually a name that you like put in when you made your email. I will say that name if you don't tell me what name to use. I prefer you to let me know what name, just because it's less stressful for me and less stressful for you, but it just makes it easier for me so that I know I'm crediting you appropriately. Some people like to go by only their first name or their first name and an initial. You know, maybe going by just their first name isn't enough, because there's a bunch of like people with that name and they want to go by their first name and their initials, or they want to go by their full name even. And then some people don't go by their name at all. They prefer to go by their screen name, their YouTube handle. And then sometimes people want their Etsy included or things like that. I'm totally happy to shout you out if you have like a YouTube or an Instagram or an Etsy that you want me to mention. But I don't know these things. I'm not psychic. So you got to let me know. Even if I know, like even if you've been around and you've been in a million community spotlights, I really just appreciate it so much if you just let me know, because when I'm going through these and doing them, I'm going through a lot of stuff. And it's just easier for me and like takes some pressure off of me if it's just right there in the email what you want to go by for community spotlight. So feel free to send in your makes. And the same goes for Gnome of the Month. All the info is the same if you guys are interested in Gnome of the Month, except for that you put Gnome of the Month in the subject line and you send me your gnomes that you've made. And it can be any type of gnome that you've made, does not have to be crochet. I always like to mention that, because yes, we do predominantly do crochet, but I don't want to leave anybody out. If you know, painted or drew or sculpted or anything like that, and you want to include it and you want to share it with the community, you are more than welcome to. This is a community of crafty folks. A lot of us, pretty much all of us, appreciate multi-crafts and do multi-crafts, not just crochet. So this is a safe place for you to get that encouragement, to get uplifted, to get that pat on the back, where people are just going to get it. They're going to get what you're doing here. They're going to get your excitement, and you can just feel that positive you know, positive vibe and everything. Get those words of encouragement that you might need. All right, guys, I will actually let you go now, and I will see you guys later. Bye, guys.